Yo, looks like we are live and back with Hashgraph Hustlers. This was just going to be a quick, informal one. I'm basically doing a bit of Hedera dev at the moment, and I also want to test out some of OpenAI's new features. They've just released this thing called Codex, or they've sort of built on the previous project, which they had called Codex, and it's like a CLI vibe coding tool, essentially. So I'm going to be testing that out in parallel to building out some new Hedera content for a tutorial that I'm working on regarding HIP 551. So HIP 551, just a bit of context around that. HIP 551 is a new Hedera improvement proposal which allows you to essentially emulate smart contract-esque functionality using the native Hedera token service. So let's say I want to do something like transfer or KYC someone or unfreeze someone, transfer them a token, and then freeze them for that token. Previously, you either have to do it synchronously using the Hedera SDK, which is prone to error, or you can do it inside of the Hedera smart contract service using the system contracts, but that's using the EVM, maybe not so friendly for some of the developers who prefer to use HTS. So that's what HIP 551 does. It allows you to actually basically create these batch transactions. We're going to be going into it now, and again, developing, just investigating the new OpenAI Codex tool. So I'll share my screen and yeah, let's get into it. Okay. So basically, I'll just be reading through here, just be like a chill, informal one. I'm looking to use, I'm currently reading the prompting guide for Codex. And let's show you what Codex actually is. So Codex is this CLI tool over here. What the heck? Oops. It's annoying. Let's go this version. Yeah, so Codex, this is Codex. It's like a CLI tool, which essentially you can connect to your OpenAI account. If we go into here, we go, give me, well, we can just got it from over here. Write 2 free sentences about what you can do. Let's see what it says. There we go. So yeah, as you can see, it does that. Now, essentially what I want to do is I want to create a demo application which uses this new HIP 551 batch transaction API. So I think I did have an idea as to what we could do for an example, and actually because this hasn't been released to the SDK yet, it's still it's still in sort of PR mode. It's not actually been released to the SDK. We can't officially test it yet. However, we can basically use this test script as a bit of context for the AI to create source code using this as context around it. So I think the first thing that we're going to do, let's go from the look of it in here. We need to obviously have this file as context somewhere. Now it could either be this instructions.codex/instructions markdown file. This isn't the ideal place. This is a global configuration, which should be very short. So that's not really where we want. This is not it either. I mean, it might be this codex.md file, so project-specific instructions loaded from the current directory or git root. Use this for repo-specific context, file structure, command policies, or project conventions. These are automatically detected unless no project doc. So that's probably where we want to go. And another option is you can actually put a prompt inside of another file and then paste that in there, but that's not really the case. And I was just reading through this before I started large projects. I'm going to read this in silence for a bit, just while I read through it. Yeah. And so I'm quite interested in testing out this new mechanism for vibe coding, essentially, because I'm a big fan of the terminal. Like I use Vim often, and only really sort of move back to VS Code or Cursor because of Cursor, essentially. But if I'm able to sort of do vibe coding using totally using Codex, that intrigues me. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for this codex.md file. So let's go Vim codex.md, and I'm going to paste in this source code here. Actually, what I'm going to yeah, let's just paste that in. So we'll go, here is an example integration test for the new HIP 551 functionality. And then we can go go, and let's paste that in here. Cool. So this should basically now be provided in as context. So when I do codex, we can just say, tell me about HIP. And actually, you can also adjust the models. So let's look at help. Switch LLM modeling session. So probably for this one, I don't want to use O4 Mini. Maybe for this one, we want to go Q to close model. Maybe for this one, we want to say, oh wow, I've got, let's do 3.5 turbo, and for this one, let's just go 4A. Use 4A, and then tell me about HIP 551. And if that codex.md file works, which it looks like it has, batch transact, cool. So it's worked. Okay, so that's cool. I'm not looking at comments or anything like that. Let me see. Hey, GM Pluto. Sorry for the infinite thingy-majiggy. Appreciate that. Yeah, hopefully this is good. So I'm just gonna, again, this is gonna be quite a casual session, just sort of using new tools and sharing it while also doing work. What I will say is not only so now that I had crazy month of traveling and whatnot, now that I'm sort of back settled in, Hashgraph Hustlers is coming back. It's gonna be more regular. I'm planning on doing it twice a week. So one session a week is going to be like this, quite informal. Another session is going to be more formalized, published to the Hedera main channels, where we're going to be getting a guest developer on board, similar to what we did with Cantor the other day, similar to what we did with Shaw from Eliza the other day, and we'll be vibe coding together. So that would be sort of a more structured one, but we're working on that at the moment, and I'm quite excited for that to become more regular. But as you can see, it looks like the codex.md file has been sort of propagated through. Also, what I want to do here, so let's quit. And what I want to do is I want to go to my prompt bot, and what I want to do is I'm going to go to the HIP 551 documentation. I want to basically, with AI, I want to sort of vibe code the idea. What idea should I use? What demo should I build to obviously down the line record a video and documentation and whatnot on HIP 551, which I know Pluto, I know you're a big fan of. So I'm thinking over here, probably gonna wanna copy and paste this context. Probably everything from, that's not really relevant, but actually not really relevant. Over here, rationale, I think this stuff we can use. So maybe let's first, for this instance, I'm going to use the recommended solution for medium tasks. So medium tasks, or it might even just be better to do this in the yeah, I think for this ideation phase, let's go, okay, firstly create prompts for me which can be used to go from a Hedera improvement proposal spec to generate ideas for dev educational or dev rel content that can showcase said HIP. So let's get a prompt for that. Sure, here's an actionable prompt. Okay, cool. Slow. 8 to 12 content ideas, that's a lot. Okay. Cool. All right. That's a pretty good prompt. So now let's chuck that and we'll use, let's use GPT 4.5. Put that there, output format, insert the full HIP spec over here, copy and paste this. That goes there, and it's a pretty good prompt. This is why I love using ChatGPT for prompts. So this, we're now doing the ideation, and then once we've done the ideation, we'll go back into the terminal and actually see if it can build it. Again, we're not actually going to be able to run it, ironically, because this this API has not been added into the SDK. It's still in the feature branch. It's not been merged into main, but it will just give me a head start for when it does go into main. I can then test it out. See what 4.5 has got for us. In the meantime, I'll go back over here. Yeah, bro, you need a prompt bot, man. Really need a prompt bot. Definitely need a prompt bot. Do you have a prompt bot? Here we go. It's really slow. I think it might be my Wi-Fi at the moment. It's really slow. Really slow. Damn, it's so slow. This is a cool feature, by the way. So with HIP, what something which actually separates HIP 551 from smart contracts is that you can actually interact with the Hedera consensus service, which I think is awesome. I think that's really powerful. Because with smart contracts, you can't actually go into Hedera consensus service. Register something into account bound reputation scores and talk about transactions. No, I think the prompt's probably not the best in hindsight. But so the idea which I brainstormed before was doing a real world asset, or sort of a literal an art sale, and then fractionalizing it. So maybe creating an NFT, fractionalizing it, and then tokenizing it with fungible tokens. Let's have a look. Let's see what it's got. Let's see if any of these are good. So building account-bound NFTs in Hedera without smart contracts. That's a pretty basic one. That's a pretty basic one. So much okay, cross-service atomicity, mint, transfer, and message, title enhancing game experience with account-bound fungible tokens. Yeah, this is not really relevant, to be honest. So migrating innovating with atomicity, gifting token, nope. Securing asset management workflows with batch key approval, atomic transaction deep dive. Nah, this is all. So I think focus on RWAs, but not house tokenization, because that's quite basic. So let's see what it does here. Bearing in mind, it's really slow still. I've never really found GPT 4.5 that good. I like these reasoning models. They are very good. I think a specialized one. It's painfully slow though, man. See if 4.40 is any quicker. Oh, there we go. That's more interesting. C4 is much better. Demo idea, atomic tokenization, transfer luxury goods. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Okay. Freeze account, yeah. GitHub repo structure. Let's go for this. This was pretty similar to what I had already. So token minting. But what I want to add here is I want to add a step of, okay, focus less on the repo structure. business case. Like this idea, I want to add a fractional ownership element to it too. Let's do it with a watch. Fractional ownership of a watch. So mint an NFT. Oh, look at that. It's chosen watch as well. Perfect. So mint an NFT, mints fungible tokens, distributes the fungible tokens to predefined proportions, posts a message logging the fractional ownership, freezes transfers to lock ownership or add governance. Better. Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, cool. So let's now go over to this and we will go what's it suggesting? So okay, let's go all of this in one transaction. Let's put this back in our prompt bot over here. And we'll go create a prompt for an AI agent to build a demo application which does this. There is no need for a UI, just a node script. So we then use that. What we'll do is we'll put this in our task description.md file. So let's actually clear them, and we'll paste this in there. And then boom, that would basically be it. Right, now build a node script, no UI required that does the following. Mints an NFT that represents a highway, in this case a luxury watch. Mints fungible tokens to represent, distributes the fungible to predefined based on fractional shares. Post a topic, message the native, yep, cool. Hedera topic, might just be Hedera topic. Target network. And it should focus on Hedera. Default to Hedera. Oh, let's go. Let's paste this in. Look at that. Boom. Nicely formatted. And URA. Let's specify Hedera developer. Hedera topic. Boom, no front end UI. Yeah. Would you like to okay. Let's see, is Ethereum mentioned at all? Cool. Okay, so that's the task. Let's now run Codex. Actually, I'm going to do this by hand because I like to remember things. Codex cat. Oops. Damn it. God damn it. They need to make this more easy to do with shorthand. Cool. Let's go. Let's see how it cooks up. I used this earlier for an app which I'm building, and I used it to basically go just in the root. I said, oh, and actually, hang on. Is this okay? So it has. I just wanted to double check that it switched to the right model. Let's go one more time. Okay, but what I used this earlier to analyze an application which I was building and identify where code could be modularized and sort of under the best practice of do not repeat yourself, modularize this code where there's loads of API calls and whatnot. And it was really good. It went through all of it and did it really methodically. And also it does integrate as well to, I need to probably read this, but it does integrate into other LLMs. You can use different providers. So you can use OpenAI, you can use OpenRouter, Gemini, Olama, you can use all of these AI models as well, which is pretty good. But let's see what it cooks up. Looking at this prompt, some of it's not good. Some of it is pretty useless. Like we should have, don't need any of that stuff. But anyway, let's see what it's doing. Let's see what it cooks up. Okay, so it's trying to find that in here, but actually should be taking it from the Hedera, from the Hashgraph SDK. Let's see if it figures that out. Okay. What have we got? What have we got? So usage, what's this here? Apply, required times.config. Okay, it's figured that out well. It's going good. Getting stuff from the process environment variables. Yep, makes sense. If, yep, makes sense. Configure Hedera client testnet by default. Yep. Okay. So one, create NFT token. Now, interesting. So it's not actually, or at least in here, it's not actually use the batch API. It's just done stuff sequentially. Because look, it's signing and executing it. So that's pretty rubbish. So let's go edit or give feedback. It looks, that's not nice. It looks like batch transaction. And maybe it would have helped had I added the hip stuff in here. For I'm going to say that maybe, because maybe part of the reason why it hadn't done it is because the batch transaction isn't actually available inside of this class yet, because obviously it's still in a pull request. There may be a linting error because the Okay, so follow up. Now with this follow-up instruction, I'm hoping it looks like it's done the right stuff. And actually, we could have tested this script to see that it works. Maybe that would have been more sensible to do first. But we will tell it to update it. Use the batch transaction class over here. Okay, 348 seconds. Wow. How long's that? Over 5 minutes, isn't it? Didn't feel like that long. I think that's a bug. I don't think it's been thinking for that long. Okay, let's see now. So batch mint the NFT, batch transaction over there. So it's still not doing it. Batch mint the NFT. Oh, hang on. Did I totally miss the ball and bro, I'm a moron. I'm an idiot. So it looks like it actually did do it right the first time. Because it just okay. So I think I'm just being a bit stupid, to be honest. Because it did, yeah, it actually did it right the first time. I'm just being a mug. So it created it separately. But I don't think I saw the batch transaction in here. Damn, bro, I'm just being stupid. So it wasn't in the first one, but then it sort of, maybe it redid it. No? Distribute. Oh, no, sorry, I was right. Okay, yeah, right, after this, it then, right, okay, I'm not that stupid then, phew. So it looks like it's doing better here. So it's creating the NFT, creating the fungible token. I would be more interested in creating the fungible token after it's been minted. So let's go yes. Let's do that. Then we just double check the code. Should probably error. But no, it looks like I was actually right. And then but maybe the reason why it needs to create the token first is because otherwise it wouldn't have the NFT. It wouldn't have the fungible token ID. So I wonder if that's why. Is there any way to is there any way that's definitely an area of improvement if because it would be cool to be able to do a batch transaction where you create the token and then using that token ID, you then pipe it in to then mint the token. According to limitations due to ACID compliance. Right, I suppose, yeah. No conditional is noted in the rejected ideas. Conditional branching. It's not the same, is it, though? I guess it kind of does. If I run in atomic fashion, data assumes it's pre-known. Each inner transaction within a batch should be treated as a self-contained transaction. Yeah. Okay. Well, it looks like that's fine then. So I've created that. That now leverages batch transaction. Loads credentials and recipients from a .env file. Cool. Let's have a look at the code. And then once that's done, I'm going to log off because I need to prepare for another call. But by the looks of it, we have got this. So Mint did a demo that does that. We have a script that uses batch transaction, which isn't yet found, but it looks like it does it all well. So we've got a NFT. We then have a fungible token, which has a pause key, and then batchify. That's new. Is that hallucination or is that a real thing? Yeah, it looks like it is. Cool. Interesting. That's a new method. So it mints the NFT. Good. It transfers the fungible tokens. Good. It then pauses it. Good. And then it builds the batch transaction. It executes the batch transaction, queries everything. Pretty happy with that. That saved me a lot of time. Also, what I want to do, so let's go Codex, create a README that will enable a dev to understand what the repo is for. And how to interact with it. And I'm sure that will do a very easy. Why is it searching this stuff, man? That's so unnecessary. Look at that. That's wrong, isn't it? 26 seconds. That's not right. Maybe we need to raise. Oh, unless it's aggregating it all, adding it all together. Who knows? Hindsight could have probably didn't need to put this inside of the codex.md file. Rather, could have just done that inside of its own prompts. But let's have a look. So we've got HIP 501 batch transaction demo script showcasing batch minting, distributing, pausing, logging, allocation. Did it do that? I think I missed that part. Oh, it didn't log it to the, yeah, that should be part of the batch. That's not needed. Don't need that. Unless I missed it. Yeah, and that can be removed. That's just redundant now. Okay, let's go no. No, I didn't mean that either. Clear. Okay, let's delete this. Delete that. Don't need that. This is all we need. Good. And then, right, let's have a quick look over here. Yeah, so it doesn't actually create and submit the topic either. So let's do a quick update saying Codex. Currently what's the file called? The JS script. Now I should have the other one. Anyway, okay, that's fine. Currently, the JS script does not include the submit message transaction as part of batch. It should create the topic before, then add the submit message as part of the batch transaction. Let's get it to do that. Feels like it's taking a bit longer than it should for something like as easy as this. I think this would have been quicker to do in cursor. Yeah, probably would have been quicker to do in cursor. Taking ages. Come on. Okay. So for a create topic for logging allocation before batching, yeah, makes sense. Okay. Yep. And pause batch, message batch. It's got that message batch transaction. Top response. So create transaction, message batch. That looks fine. And then it's removed that part. Yep, that looks good. That looks good. And then now what we'll do, bro, it's taking long, it's slow. It's really slow. It's good. It's good. Like I've not sort of had any, when I have used this very limitedly, a very limited capacity, it's been high quality, but it is quite slow. I mean, I'm pretty sure cursor is much quicker. Okay, I've updated that. Yeah, so let's now go, yes, now create a README which gives context as to what this repo is. And then maybe we can paste in some of this ChatGPT context. can Okay, that's a bit quicker. Actually, we need to also edit or give feedback. Should really create the accounts for them so the user doesn't have to have loads of accounts. However, this is good. However, let's see. Make sure the new have there we go. So now it should just update it so that it creates these accounts, because it's not very good to have someone have to have 3 existing account IDs. So let's see what that does. But again, it's really quite painfully slow. Maybe it's because I'm live streaming and that makes it feel slower. But it feels really very slow. I have noticed actually 4 mini is quite slow, even in cursor. It is quite slow. So maybe that's a bit unfair. But look, it looks like it's trying to. What is the set command? Huh. Okay. See what it's done. Yeah, it looks good. What is apply patch? I've never seen that before. Create account with hbar. Maxwell associations 1, yeah. Okay. What have we got here? So we've got shell command, demonstrate, yeah, creates 3 test accounts. Yes. That looks good. And then it should hopefully update the README as well. Nice. Just update the README too. Okay, it's looking good. I think that's everything. Updated. No, all good, my man. All good. Let's have a quick look at the code. Got this mint fractional. So that's doing everything, doing the pause, doing the message, doing everything there. We will be able to test this once the batch transaction is out. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Awesome. All right, then. I'm going to wrap up now. This is just a casual one. Going to sort of communicate these things more. This is very ad hoc, but appreciate if you tuned in. I'm going to end the stream and give more information about this new revised Hashgraph Hustler series, which is going to be occurring. It's going to be really fun, and I'm excited for everything that's to come. So peace out, everyone.